Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And we're following two breaking news stories here at noon. We'll start in Grand Rapids, where the case in the retrial of two men charged in the plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer heads to the jury. But first, we'll begin in Oakland County, where a judge has made a ruling on a restraining order that has prevented county prosecutors from enforcing a 1931 state law that bans abortion in most cases. You saw it right here in Local 4. Judge Jacob Cunningham in Oakland County granted that preliminary injunction on the order. That the ruling follows 2 days of arguments and testimony from prosecutors and the defense. Local 4's Grant Herms joins us now live this afternoon from just outside of the courtroom. I understand that you were there for this ruling. You have more on today's decision.
Yeah, Everett, we just got out of the courtroom here. The judge granting that preliminary injunction. What that means is that prosecutors cannot prosecute abortion providers under the state's 1931 abortion ban, meaning abortion fully in every county in the state of Michigan remains legal. Now, he had a pretty scathing review of his the cases the last couple of days here, finding both witnesses for the defendants, those prosecutors who wanted to start charging abortion providers. He said their witnesses were not credible and didn't carry any weight in his decision. He is setting the next court date here for sometime in November, about November 21st. We'll get to that in just a second, but here's what he had to say.
As currently applied, the court finds the statute dangerous and chilling to our state's population of childbearing people and the medical professionals who care for them. It is clear to the court that only one group is harmed by this statute: women and people capable of carrying children, and one group, men and people capable of impregnating someone, have zero culpability or risk, yet are a necessary component to this equation. The court suggests the county prosecutors focus their attention and resources in the meantime to investigation and prosecution of criminal sexual conduct, homicide, arson, child and elder abuse, animal cruelty, and other violent, horrific crimes that we see in our society, that they are fully capable of investigating and prosecuting, all while being enjoined from enforcement of MCL 750.14.
So clearly stern words there from the judge. Now, what happens next? Like I said, the prelim trial for this will be set for November 21st after the general election, because by state law, a trial on the merits of these cases has to be done within 6 months of this injunction. The judge also brought up the fact that there is that ballot initiative that may make it on the ballot. He ended today by telling people the final day to register to vote is late October and encouraged people to register to vote this fall. He clearly is hoping that something else happens here a little later, but for today, that pretrial is set for November 21st. Now, the other thing here is that by 5 o'clock today, a appeal could happen from the defendants in this case. They were not in the courtroom, so we were not able to talk to them about what they think might happen next, what they want to do next. We'll hopefully have that for you, Evrod, coming up tonight at 5 and 6. Back to you.
All right, Grant Herms reporting live for us this afternoon. Right now, we are starting to gather reaction for you to this ruling. You can stick with us here at Local 4. And on clickondetroit.com, we have comprehensive coverage of how we got to this ruling today. And that is, as Grant mentioned, what happens next. Also breaking at this hour, the defense resting its case in the retrial for Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr., who, as you know, are accused of plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The men are on trial for a second time now on conspiracy charges. Sean Lay joins us now live from Grand Rapids with the latest from the courtroom. You were sitting inside. Where are we now?
Here's where we are right now. The jury's just been sent home, Evrod, for the day and for the weekend. They're going to begin deliberating this retrial first thing on Monday. They did hear some defense witnesses called early this morning. The defense with a last chance here to make an impression on this jury by focusing on the FBI and their involvement in this case. Defense attorneys for Adam Fox and Barry Croft used this morning to put a spotlight on how the FBI investigated Fox and Croft and others for allegedly plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The jury heard a lot about a key paid FBI informant, a convicted felon named Steve Robeson, who was working undercover, conducting meetings and training with the group, the Wolverine Watchmen. The prosecution says the group had the goal of kidnapping the governor. Robeson has been a problem for the prosecution. The FBI fired him, saying he committed crimes while he was working undercover for them. And did he suggest to the group ideas on how to pull off the kidnapping? Meaning, did he help entrap Fox and Croft? A video is played of an FBI agent meeting with Robeson, telling their rogue informant, quote, "A saying we have in my office is, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story." Now, keep in mind, 2 men were found not guilty by a jury here last spring. One of them is from Canton, Brandon Caserta. He was charged in this, facing life in prison. He was outside the courtroom minutes ago, and I was able to finally speak with him one-on-one to ask him some questions we've been waiting for answers for. Much more from one of the people who were acquitted here, Brandon Caserta. Might talk with him live at 5 o'clock. Back to you.
All right, Sean Lay reporting live for us this afternoon. We'll definitely be tuning in for that at 5 o'clock to hear what he has to say. Time now for a check of your forecast as we head into the weekend on this Friday afternoon. First, we want to give you a live look outside here in our downtown sky cam. Brandon, it looks beautiful. It looks sunny out there. Is this going to stick around for a fantastic weekend?
Let me get to that. Let me just say that this is how every summer Friday should be. It is glorious out there. Upper 70s to low 80s. We have 82 in Lapeer, 80 Mount Clemens, 79 in Ann Arbor, 81 officially at Metro. Add the humidity and the heat index, or what it feels like. It's only about a degree warmer, so we'll call it manageable mugginess. 83 degrees at 2 o'clock, 86 our afternoon high. We'll get a couple of clouds coming and going as we warm a little bit, but no threat for wet weather, and looking good for the Tigers game tonight. If you have tickets, they're back home against Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. Mid-80s tailgating to the mid-70s as you're heading back home. We do have a new severe risk for Saturday. We'll talk more about this, how it could impact the Dream Cruise. Downpours and dangerous winds. We'll have more coming up. In the meantime, if you're heading out, we've got you covered. It is the Forewarn Weather app, and our app is 100% free. Everything you need to know about this weekend storms, interactive radar, as you're in the storms, and more. It's free. Just search WDIV in your app store.
All right, Brandon, thank you. In other news this afternoon, we turn to Washington, where the ramifications of legal maneuvering could affect national politics. A Florida judge has ruled on unsealing the affidavit in the FBI search of former President Trump's Florida home and club. Susan McGinnis has the details on that and a high-level Trump executive in his own legal trouble.
Judge Bruce Reinhardt ready to reveal parts of the affidavit in the unprecedented search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, ordering the Justice Department to redact portions of the highly sensitive document.
The Department of Justice doesn't want it out because it will undermine their investigation.
The government argued unsealing could compromise witnesses and have national security implications.
If you didn't know it was a former president, you would have thought it was a mob boss. They're talking about how witnesses are threatened and how obstruction of justice could occur.
The former president, media outlets, including NBC News and Republicans, have called for the complete unsealing.
The judge giving the Department of Justice basically carte blanche opportunity to redact however they want and whatever they want. It is a concern.
A Trump spokesman tweeting no redactions should be necessary. And 5 months on Rikers Island, 5 years probation and fines. The punishment for Trump Organization CFO Alan Weiselberg pleading guilty Thursday to tax fraud. 15 felonies, including avoiding taxes on lavish perks like Mercedes cars, free rent, and private school tuition. Weiselberg's plea deal requiring him to testify at the company trial in October, but does not compel him to testify against former President Trump.
Weiselberg decided that he would rather be a convicted felon that snitch against the former president.
President Trump turning the negative attention into a positive, raising millions per day from donors. And a source familiar with the matter tells NBC News inside Trump world there is talk about releasing surveillance footage from the FBI search. In Washington, Susan McGinnis, NBC News.
All right, Susan, thank you. A new community has been added to that boil water advisory impacting more than 130,000 households in Metro Detroit. Utica residents who live in the area of North Point Boulevard to Shaner get their water from Shelby Township, and that is under the advisory. So those residents need to boil their water. In the meantime, work continues at the break site to prepare for delivery of 48 feet of additional 120-inch pipe on Tuesday. Damaged section of pipe being cut today for removal by crane tomorrow, and the repair timeline that's still at 3 weeks on September 3rd. 7 communities are still under the precautionary boil water advisory. We have more information on that on clickondetroit.com as well. All right, so to come here at noon, we're following the very latest on the war in Ukraine. We'll tell you what we're learning about the battle of Europe's largest nuclear power plant. And if you're just joining us, we're following two breaking news stories this afternoon. An Oakland County judge has granted a preliminary injunction on a restraining order that has prevented county prosecutors from enforcing a 1931 Michigan law that bans abortion in most cases. The judge's ruling followed 2 days of testimony from witnesses. The next court date is set for November 21st. Our other breaking story this afternoon comes out of Grand Rapids, where the defense has rested in the retrial of these two men, Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr. Both men are charged in the alleged plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Jurors got instructions this morning, and closing arguments are set to begin on Monday. We'll be right back.